Okay, welcome back, everybody. I'm set up with my laptop today. We mean business.
We mean business. My favorite line.
And today,
what kind of business y'all in?
The business we're doing today is a Q&A.
The business we're in today.
The business is a Q&A, questions and answers, my friends. And
I got my glasses on.
We're going to cover topics like lifestyle, self-growth, career and moolah, relationships and boundaries, wellness and habits, real life, real talk kind of stuff, you know?
Kind of stuff. You just sounded like you were from Boston. You're like questions like
about I'm going out. That's how they talk. Just like the Canadians.
now she's talking like my boyfriend.
No, because every time Riley says about, it's just really interesting. It really catches my attention.
I know. He sounds Canadian. All right, let's start with the first question.
Wait, why do they sound Canadian?
Wait, do you want to talk about the Met Gala at all?
You know, what was the theme? Like business attire?
The theme was what kind of business y'all in?
Is that so? I was like, are you serious? Everyone, I would have slayed. I'm always in a blazer.
No,
I'm like,
oh my God.
Who needs couture when you have Veronica Beard? And
No.
a good blazer, that's all you need, a good suit.
It's like, I literally feel so bad for Hailey Bieber because she is constantly getting heat.
Oh, because Selena Gomez came in that picture with her?
No. She actually showed up to the Met like in what she wears every single day.
But that was the theme of the Met. That's what I'm saying. What was it? Business board meeting?
No,
everyone go to the board meeting.
It was like, I don't want to misspeak. Something like, it was like about being tailored. It was like black dandyism, which I don't exactly know what that means.
Honestly, it was super boring because like how creative can you be with that?
No,
Everyone
exactly.
was in a suit.
But it was something
super boring.
like super fine tailored, something like that. But I know the theme, it was black dandyism, and there's like 12 elements to it, and it was like patchwork, tailored vibes, like pinstripes, a cane, a hat.
I didn't see anyone with a cane, hat, or pinstripes.
Well,
like that would have been really cool.
Actually, a lot of people were wearing. What do you mean pinstripes? Every fucking person was wearing a pinstripe.
Did Kim Kardashian wear pinstripes?
She wore a hat, and she looked like a fucking dumbass.
I thought she looked good. I hated Kylie's.
So did you not see her hat?
Yeah, her hat was fine.
She actually looked like Michael Jackson.
Exactly. I kind of fuck with it.
Oh my god.
She kind of looked
and like
good.
it's like I've had enough of her wearing the same outfit. Like we know you have like
a thin waist,
like a small
tiny
waist. Yeah, like I get it.
I think you have to accentuate what you got, baby.
Listen,
That's
I
clearly.
agree. But then like something I didn't like, and I love Kim, but she's wearing like a choker and then this hat. So then it's like only half her face is showing, and then it like looks puffy because it's like you're not showing your like lines.
I really didn't see like that many pictures, to be honest. I did see what she's wearing.
Tyla
but
Slade.
I think she's gorgeous. I didn't see Tyla, but you know who I think Slade? Sophia Richie.
She did, but she wasn't on theme. But like it's okay because she's like not really like there for the fashion.
But like, what do you mean not on theme? I thought it was the best. I thought it was the best one because that theme sucked then.
No, the theme does suck. But who is the best dress in my opinion?
I think I saw Bad Bunny. I think he looked good.
Yeah, like it's guys like I don't give a fuck what the guys wear to the Met. You know,
Kylie's. I did not like Dua Lipa. I don't know what she was going for.
No. I liked who did I like? I know I liked Tyla. Zendaya was like so boring.
I didn't see her.
She's just in a white suit, like a white. Literally, what you wore to your civil wedding is what she was wearing.
Guys, I'm telling you, I would have slayed the Met Gala.
The Met Gala. Who else did I like?
Kris Jenner.
She didn't show up.
Should have been the key person to this event because she's always in the suit.
It's so true.
Honestly, like just rude if they like. Why was she not invited back, or why couldn't she make
Rihanna
it?
slayed the theme.
I didn't see hers.
She's like
I saw ASAP though.
He had a cane, by the way.
I saw him in an interview. It was like up close.
It was like an umbrella cane situation.
So I don't know enough to keep discussing the Met Gala, but I will say Sophia Richie was the best dress for me.
She looked like she was going to her wedding, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, she looked amazing. She can't ever not look amazing.
Classy, tailored, white. Everyone was wearing white or black, kind of, pretty much.
Yeah, except for Chappell Roan, of course, that fucking dumbass.
Well, I didn't see what she wore, but for the most part, everyone was wearing black or white. So she got the colors.
Me, I don't even know what the theme is. I'm like that fucking dumbass.
And Sophia Richie's bun was really nice. I just think why didn't she take her
bun.
husband?
I just don't like Chappell Roan's dude, but like guys, I'm addicted to her music. Don't get me wrong, okay? Can't stop singing any of her songs.
Because guess who can't stop singing Pink Pony Club?
Your husband?
Yeah, like he knows the lyrics.
I love that.
And I keep
We sang it on Gio's wedding day.
in pink. Honestly, it's a banger.
Wait, I really had somebody that I did really like their outfit, and I'm sad. I mean, I know I really liked Tyla's.
It's okay.
Whatever. Yeah, Kim, no. Kendall, like, the gray was so gray, it made me depressed.
It's giving boardroom, you guys. It's giving boardroom.
Yeah. Okay, we can stop talking about them.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about F1 or the Kentucky Derby at all?
I don't do either of those.
Yeah. Whatever.
Did you partake in any F1 activities?
No, I don't get F1. It's like hot, it's raining, you're looking at a car go round and round.
Hashtag so blessed. We have friends who invite us every year.
Yeah.
Shout out Olivia.
Same, yeah.
And we reject.
I know.
Almost every year. Because it's too far.
The Kentucky Derby,
Uber,
you would slay the
parking.
fit. I would look like an absolute dumbass at the Kentucky Derby.
No, I think I could slay the fit of the Kentucky Derby. I just
could.
like don't care to see like horses racing each other.
No. Would you wear a hat?
I think you have to.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
A hat or like a headpiece. I think that's like part of the attire. I think they like make you.
Wait, not my boyfriend playing a video out loud right now while we're recording an episode. Yeah.
Kind of, maybe. I think I would slay the Kentucky Derby outfits. I think I would look really good because it's kind of like my vibe.
It is.
But F1 is not my thing. It's like too hot. Also, the race is only on Sunday. I think the other days are just like practicing, and like I don't really care to watch them practice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Chris, my friend, told me the race is at 4 p.m. on Sunday.
That's it?
And then someone else posted like race day on Sunday. So I don't really know what they're doing before. I know that a lot of people come here. I really don't know why.
I mean, brands send people for sure because...
Okay, if I'm getting paid to go, like,
but
sure, I'll go.
What I was thinking about, and actually, I mean, not just me, a lot of people were pondering.
I'll go to, like, F1 in Monaco.
Same. A lot of people were pondering, like, why did Alex Earl go to the Kentucky Derby and not F1? And I was like, I guess probably whatever brand paid her more, but, like, she's, like, Miami. Like, why was she not at
I'm going to be honest, I think she did the same thing last year.
She went to the Derby?
I think so.
You think it was the same weekend?
I think it's the same weekend. I think it's the same amount of time. And I have a feeling the same thing happened last year, and she maybe likes horses more.
Okay. This is Tyla. Her look, by the way.
Yeah, like I don't really care for it, to be honest. Okay. You know? So, anyways,
Chapel.
Oh no, Chapel's just like crazy.
Like, what
she missed the mark.
She's wearing black. People like Sabrina.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Listen,
really good.
I like Sabrina, but I'm done with this hairstyle and I'm done with the shoes.
Well, the shoes are just because she's short, but honestly,
she's
like,
always in these shoes. Like
she's always just like in really big high heels. I'm over the hair too. It's not the 1950s anymore. No. And I really like her take on the blazer though. If I could wear that to work, like maybe I would. I like
Nicki Minaj.
No, I could. That looks like the mother from Wednesday's mother.
Oh, Doechii kind of slayed.
Yeah, it's okay. Anywho, it's Q&A.
This is so not your vibe.
First question.
Oh, Keke Palmer. Okay.
How do I stop comparing my timeline to everyone else's? And
I feel like we just talked about this and you had such a good answer.
Wow. What was my answer? Enlighten me.
I mean, well, we were talking about my struggles. Babe, come on. It's okay. We're going to keep this in, but what do you need?
I don't have a plate to eat.
My boyfriend's doing the dishes now. He's just such a Leo. He needs to be involved.
Poor face. He's like,
There's not a clean fork or a bowl.
Okay.
Whose fault is that?
Not mine. The housekeeper. No, eat, please. Okay.
My great advice about timelines.
Yeah, because I was saying like I feel like my timeline is all wrong, and even though that's like not true,
it's giving Sammy Clarkin's fault her live like episode. Like we should just have more people at this point.
No, I know, 100%. I mean, yeah, I would love if more people were in here. Like.
Sorry, I know I just completely like went off on that, but I was thinking we have a live audience, and she sent me that Sammy Swalter and Sammy Clark are having a live audience watching them record.
Yeah,
and I was like, "This is the vibe. We just need a few more people."
Okay, let's just like rewind. Sorry, everybody, we're feeling so silly.
We're so good at doing this in front of an audience. We
just left. Our one member. Okay, how do you stop comparing your timeline to others? You were telling me we were basically going through my entire timeline. And you were telling me like all the amazing things that have happened along the way, even though the one specific thing I'm focusing on, which whatever, we'll tell them, is like my real estate. And you were like, but if you wouldn't have gone into real estate, you wouldn't have moved back here and you wouldn't be around your family and you wouldn't have this beautiful apartment with your boyfriend and you wouldn't have started this podcast and you wouldn't have, so many things wouldn't have happened.
No, seriously. Like,
and it's like we get
so many things fall into place.
So fixated on the one like problem it's not even a problem. The one, whatever, challenge, I don't even like to say that word, but the one thing that you're fixated on and you're looking at it negatively, and it's like, it's like what you think about is what you're going to focus on. And it's like, if you zoom out, there's so many other amazing positive changes that have occurred, and it's just like such a life lesson, honestly.
No, and it's like the butterfly effect, how we were also talking about earlier. That's like everything.
Yeah, I was like making fun of her. I'm like, okay, butterfly effect, but
which I wasn't even saying, but it is true that one thing leads to the next. So it's like if your timeline is not exactly how you planned it to be, it doesn't matter because you're exactly where you need to be right now. And everything that's led you to this moment, there's probably so many blessings in that, even if you don't see it right now or you're choosing not to focus on it. If you take a time to reflect, you're probably like, wow, there's actually so many amazing things that came from this. And it's okay if it's a little delayed, like, tell God your plan. Want to make God laugh? Tell me your plans.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe. But it's okay because I really believe that everything is meant to happen when it's supposed to happen. Like, people plan a certain time when they want to be married and when they want to have kids, and like that's great and all. And I feel like I have kind of like stayed along on that timeline, but I mean, not everything. Maybe the marriage, maybe not so soon, I don't know, but maybe some people think they want to be married by a certain age and they're not, or they are, and it's okay. Like, it's just what's been put in your life, and everything's gonna happen at the time it has to be. I truly believe that.
Yeah. And I was even like, and this all sounds so cliche, but just actually like think about it. And I was talking to my therapist and healer slash healer, whatever the hell that lady does. Magic.
I was gonna say magic.
And I was telling her about my career struggle right now. And I was like, so should I like apply to a corporate job? Should I do this? And she goes, you can apply, like do whatever you want. But she was like, nothing that's meant for you is going to pass you by. Like, the universe isn't just going to let something not happen for you. Like, whatever is meant for you is what's going to happen. So if you don't get a call back, or if you don't get an interview for that job, like, it's not meant to be. So like, don't like push it. And I know that's hard because like, what is the line between like not giving up and getting what you want, or like relinquishing, taking a step back and realizing, okay, well, this is actually not for me.
And by the way, I know we've gone off a little bit like too long on this question, but like, who cares about other people's timelines? Because right now I'm about to be 26. I just got married. I've been working. I also left school earlier, so my timeline looks a little different. And then I have friends. I have one of my best friends who's like living abroad in Europe, and I see her life and her timeline. Obviously, like, she's not married, she's not I don't want to say close to getting married, but she's like not necessarily in a relationship right now, so kind of like a little different. But I see her life and I'm like, wow, what you're living is so amazing. That part of me is almost like jealous, because I'm like, it's amazing that you're like getting this job, and now she's living in Milan, then she's gonna live in Switzerland. Shout out. And I know, and it's just like, I'm like, that's such an incredible part of your life that like when else are you gonna be able to do this?
So sick.
Like, if you're not taking these opportunities now, like, who cares about the timeline really of like whatever else you like? Oh sure, a picket white fence and a house, like you can have that one day, and you will if that's what you want. But right now,
like, for many years,
she took the opportunity to move to Milan, and she's been living there for a year, and now she got a job in Switzerland. Now she's going to Switzerland and she's meeting amazing people and traveling, and I'm just like, that's so incredible. Like, take that opportunity and live it out, and like squeeze everything you can from that lemon, because it's just so amazing. Like, you know, absolutely. So you can't compare, like, she's living that life, and it's almost funny because it's like, wow, I want to do that. Yeah. You know, I'm not saying she wants to live my life, but I want to do that. Yeah. And you can't then compare other people and be like, oh, yeah, but I want to be married and have kids or whatever by a certain age. Yeah. And it's just like, everyone's different, but everyone's also like where they need to be, where they're growing the most, and everything is how it's supposed to be meant to be.
And like, whenever you're having a negative thought, like, really think about the other side of it. Like, this is just an example. I was talking to like one of my best friends who's single last weekend, and she was like going to Carbone Beach and doing all these fun things, and I like was home at like 8:30 p.m. Like, after going to dinner with like Riley. And it's like, you can either be like, oh, my life is so boring, like I just went to dinner like 6:30 p.m. and I'm 26 and I'm home by 8:30 on a Saturday, and that's so boring, and blah blah blah. And then she looks at me and she's like, there is nothing I would rather do than like go to just like have a chill dinner with like a partner who loves me, you know? So it's like, there's always going to be a way to look at things, and you should really be intentional and try to focus on the positive, as difficult as that is sometimes. That was a silly example, but in a more serious example too, like the other, okay, we're going really long, but last thing, I was having just like a sad week the other week, and it's so easy to be like, oh, I'm depressed and this is wrong and this is wrong. And you have to actively like talk to yourself and say the other things. I was on a walk and I was feeling upset, so I went on a walk. That's the first action step. And then I was letting like negative thoughts infiltrate my head, and then I literally have to be like, stop. You're on a walk, you're using your legs, your heart is pumping, you're looking at the ocean, you're looking at the sunset. You get to go home and take a shower after this in your beautiful apartment, go to dinner with your like best friend. Like there's just always a way to interrupt the negative
go to
thoughts.
dinner with me.
My best friend, like my boyfriend.
I'm kidding.
He's my best friend too. So yeah, just you have to like really be intentional and actually make that change yourself. It's not easy. Like it's really easy. It's a lot easier to sit in the negative.
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah. Next, what's a realistic morning routine for someone who isn't a morning person?
I'm gonna let you take
I was gonna say, I feel like this is my kind of cue. A realistic morning routine for someone who isn't is like, just figure something out that works for you. Like, I don't think you need to like try to be something that you're not. Don't try to wake up at 6 a.m. I would love to do that. But right now in my life, it's just not working. So just try to figure out a routine that you're actually going to be able to do. You know, get up. Maybe you sleep in a little later because whatever, you don't want to wake up so early, but then maybe working out in the morning is not going to be your thing. Maybe try to work out in the afternoon, but still take your supplements, still maybe organize your house. That's what I like to do. I like to wake up, organize my house, go to the gym and come back. And if I can and I wake up early enough, I'll do it. If I can't, then I need to work out later or I can't work out that day at all, you know? So just kind of do something that you can actually keep up with and be consistent with, because coming up with a bunch of shit is just not going to be productive. I think you have nothing to add.
Next.
Can you actually manifest things, or is that BS?
I want you to say it from a Kabbalistic.
I think you can absolutely manifest things. And I think that manifesting I'm pretty sure it's like proven. I feel like I always say this. I'm like, proven scientifically, I swear, you guys. I'm like, I don't know the science behind it, but I know it works.
And don't ask me who the scientist
because
was.
You know what's so interesting? Manifesting is actually about really mindset. You're not just like thinking like, I'm gonna manifest like me on a yacht like in Greece or the summer. Like fucking sure, I'm down to manifest that. But it's really just like a mindset. You're changing to focus on the positive, to think of the future, but also like, how am I gonna get there, right? And I was listening to a great episode about Emma Grede on The Diary of a CEO, and she was like, babes, she's like British. Yeah. She's like, come on, babes. You can't just manifest everything. Like, you got to put in hard work too. So you can manifest the life that you want, and you can have visions and you can have goals. And that vision and seeing it and feeling it and acting like you're already there and like being the person that you already want to be when you're that successful business owner or whatever, you can do that and you can feel that. But also you have to put in the work. You can't just like sit in your house and be like, oh, I'm gonna get whatever I want. I'm gonna manifest it. Like, then you have to like put the actions. You can't manifest a great body. Like, you're gonna have to get up and then go to the gym.
But when you are manifesting a great body and you're thinking of that future self, then when you're making decisions, you have that future self in mind. And that goes for like anything. So
it's also really tied into visualization. Like, you really see yourself and you believe that you're going to be somewhere. And it's crazy because a year later, be like, wow, I'm exactly where like I wanted to be. Or like, I really did do that trip, or I'm in this place that I really wanted to be at with this person, with my husband. And it's like, I manifest this in the sense that like back then I didn't know how I was going to make it happen. And it's kind of like that too. Like, sometimes we don't know how we're going to make things happen. Yeah. But we want something and we know what the end goal is, and then opportunities come out throughout that year, and one thing leads to the next, and then you get offered a opportunity, and then you make money, and when you see, oh, and I'm on this trip, I don't know how I got this, I don't know how I got this job or how I got this opportunity, but I did it, now I'm here.
Absolutely. Kind of thing. I also think you have to be really clear about what you want. It's really hard to just be like, you can't be like, I want to be rich. Like, that's not manifesting, you know? No. You have to be like, I want to build a career doing X, Y, Z. And from there, I will have my like primary source of income.
And I want to feel this way. And I want to be this way when I'm like that.
So you need to have a lot of clarity.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's honestly, it's like careful what you wish for, because I do think you can manifest anything you want. Yeah. And sometimes we say things like, oh, I wish blah, blah, blah. Or I wish da, da, da. And sometimes it happens and you're like, oh, fuck, you know? Yeah. Words are powerful, and we are very powerful. So I do believe that manifesting is real. It's not BS.
I agree.
Is it too late to change your career at 28? No.
It's never too late. I actually was having this conversation with my uncle the other day. It's never too late. And the short answer is like Mel Robbins is literally such a great example of this. Like she
Incredible.
changed her life at like 50. So, and like became a really, really wealthy, established person
I think yeah.
who was like $1 million in debt and an alcoholic. So Khalil Rafati, another one.
Oh my God.
No,
you
no, guys, we're addicted.
obsessed with
Addicted
this
is the
guy.
perfect word.
Got seriously like terrible childhood, drug
Heroin addict,
addict,
jail, homelessness.
convicted felon, got clean at 33, got clean. It's not even the career change. Got clean
No.
at 33, living on the streets.
It's not conviction.
No, because it's like, I'm
No,
sure
I
you're
know,
like, just,
I know.
like he needs
No.
to change every part of his life.
And then like when you get clean from such a severe situation, it takes like 10 years to
just
even
like-
get back to like, I think, baseline.
And then he healed his life. He's like in a relationship. Like there's so many little buckets that he's fixing besides his health, his body, his relationship with his family, then career on top of that.
Yep.
So you can do it. Oh my God, if he can do it, like any of you can do it. Seriously.
Anyone can do
It's
anything.
very inspiring. But you can change it at any point. It really is just a matter of like how bad do you want it? Like what do you want to do? What do you want to change? You know, like Mel Robbins, like she started to do it and it started to build and she just kept going and she really wanted to get out of debt and she made it happen. Mm-hmm. You know?
You can do anything you set your mind to.
Absolutely.
I absolutely believe that.
What's something you guys did in your 20s that felt dumb but then helped long term? Well, I'm still in my 20s.
Yeah.
So maybe like I don't really know. I don't think anything we do felt dumb.
Nothing feels dumb, but I guess like and long term, like I don't know, because we're still 20. Like if I were 40, maybe like thinking back. But let's say I'm 45. If I were to say something that I know for a fact will be helping long term is how focused I am on my health and wellness, because there's no way it's gonna backfire, I hope.
No.
So I'm sure when I'm 50, I'm gonna appreciate like all the hard work that I've started to put in like at a younger age.
Hey, maybe stop drinking alcohol. Maybe that feels dumb.
Yeah.
Hey,
you.
maybe it could be seen as dumb because it's like, why you weren't an alcoholic? Like,
Yeah.
why are you stopping to drink at such a young age? But I do think that it's already had so many effects, and I'm sure long term,
Yeah.
I no longer drink. So we all know there's benefits to that. That's what I would say for me. I hate my job, but I'm scared to quit. What would you do?
Okay, so I had to do this, so I will take the reins.
Take the reins.
When I was 23, right? Am I 26?
You're 26.
When I was 23, I quit my first job. Well, not my first job, but my first like corporate job out of college. And it was really scary because like you obviously know, you like have a boss and you have a whole team. And then, you know, when you're quitting, like your team kind of gets fucked. So you just like feel bad all around. And it's just scary for, I think, like a 23-year-old girl to like have to like face like such a director
Like,
and
honestly,
like
I've
an
never
adult.
quitted jobs or like internships that I'm like scared.
Yeah, it's like it's scary. Like you're young and you have to like face someone and tell them like why you're quitting, and like there's a lot of ego involved in it too, because they're probably like, oh, you think you can do better than this? Like go try, like see how it works out, you know? Luckily it did work out for me, but if you are like really not enjoying your job, like it's totally fine and you should quit, and you should just like keep trying to learn more, and any skill is transferable. Like
Yes.
seriously, anything you learned in your first job, even if it was flipping hamburgers at McDonald's, it's transferable. Like I believe that. Actually, it's probably a really hard job, but you're going to be able to take any skill anywhere. You have to learn how to market and brand yourself and those skills, because that's going to be the biggest change. So don't look at anything as a menial task.
Absolutely, I agree.
And it is scary to quit, but all you have to like, it's not going to be the scariest thing you ever do in your life. So,
But also, it's
know
like,
that.
why are you scared? It's scared to take the next step. Also, it's like, I hate my job, but I'm scared to quit. Like, okay, also, if you hate it, like, you're
going to
like upset. Like, listen, there's things that we have to do with any job that we don't like, but also it does take up a lot of time of your day. So if you really don't like it, like, look into something else and don't be scared. It's like something for you in your future.
Also, if you're scared because you're like unsure, my favorite thing to like ask myself is it scarier to stay in this job or is it scarier to quit and find something new? Like what feels worse? Because like sometimes when you're like, I'm gonna quit my job and do something else, like you'll probably be like checked out of that job already, like not even thinking you're doing it because you're like so focused on the next thing. So then imagine if somebody told you like, sorry, you can't move on, like you have to stay here. Then you'd be like, fuck, wait, no, I need to get out of here now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was gonna say one more thing, but but also like don't wait, like just because you're comfortable, like you hate it and you're comfortable, like don't just sit in the comfort either, you know?
Yeah.
Do I need a side hustle or is that just TikTok pressure?
Depends on your goals. Like, do you want more money? Then get a side hustle. Like, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to start a brand or a company or something, then yeah, you could have a side hustle.
But like, there's no need for a side hustle. It's just like, if you want more money, like, yeah, get a second job.
Exactly. How much should I save by 30? Be honest. I don't know.
That's again very personal. Like, what are your goals? Like, do you want to buy a house? Are you married? Are you single? Like that.
I agree. I mean, I don't really have an answer. How much I save? I'm like, mom, fucking $1 billion.
Yeah, like I don't know how much you should have saved by the time you're 30, but like we always say, you should have like at least 6 months of reserves to like pay rent if you don't have a job for 6 months.
Yeah, for your living expenses.
Yeah.
How do you deal with friends who don't support your business?
This is tricky. Well, first of all, I mean, that's just like fucked up. But I will say, I think that like when you're building a business, you can't rely on your friends to be there to support you the whole time.
Yeah, I agree.
Like maybe in the beginning, it's definitely really nice and really helpful, but you're not building a business for your friends. You're building a business like for you, and your ultimate goal is to attract like way more people than your friends. So don't count on them to like be your main support. I think in the beginning everyone should be supporting you and helping you and like being, I don't like, depends on the business, but
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I feel like
for our podcast, like I don't expect they don't like I don't expect my friends
to listen every week.
Like, every single one of my friends to listen every single week, and like I'm
yeah,
it's not for them. It's for like obviously a wider audience, hopefully. So
absolutely, I agree. But of course, like it's nice to feel supported, but also I wouldn't like be relying on their support. I agree. And
like, are they your target? Because like maybe they're not. So then you're just narrowing down your audience, which is even more helpful.
Exactly. No, I agree. I was going to say something, but honestly, I forgot. So it's okay. Yeah. What's the best way to ask for a raise without sounding desperate? I don't think you're ever sounding desperate. And I'm sure when you're asking for a raise, you're not always in a corporate setting. But if you're in a corporate setting, you're going to have mid-year reviews.
Where would you ask for a raise in not a corporate setting?
Like if like we had an assistant, for example, like we're not really corporate.
Oh, okay.
Like in Pink, like they're asking us for a raise.
I'm like, who are you asking
or real estate, like if you had a paid job, like a salaried job, and like, like say my mom hired someone, like them asking her for a raise or something. But if it's corporate, you have your mid-year reviews. That's like the whole fucking point. It's like review what you've done and your goals and what you're doing. And then you can just be like, listen, it's not desperate. Like I've done X, Y, Z. And I think the best way, this is conversations that I have with my husband all the time because he works corporate. And he tells me when he's having his like performance reviews or whatever. And I'll sit with him and I'll go over, and you're just showing the person everything you've accomplished. It's not desperate. And if you've achieved X, Y, Z and completed all your goals or exceeded them, why shouldn't you be compensated more for that? I'm not saying maybe get a raise, or if you can, try to get a raise every single year, but show them results. I don't think it's desperate.
That's what I was going to say. Like if you are asking for a raise, all you need to do is show up there with like preferably numerical results if you can, like, which pretty much in any job you can, like, honestly, even if it's like marketing, there's still numerical results. Like what is the return? Like whatever. You need to prove to people why you're an asset and why they should be paying you more, because that's what a company is. You need to bring them numbers to understand like how you're impacting their overall numbers and like why it would make sense for them to like be spending their money on you. Yeah.
And also I've heard like always negotiate your salary. Like always try to get a little bit more. Like if they're like, oh, I'll raise you to whatever, 100K. And you're like, okay, they'll be like, great. They took the first offer,
Yeah. And like that's nothing for them.
So it's not even about sounding desperate. It's just try, like you're worth more. If you're doing things and accomplishing, ask for more and you can negotiate. Always negotiate. I think Mel Robbins is the one who said that. Yeah. Anywho, my best friend is draining me. How do I distance myself without drama?
You can't just like distance yourself.
I know, wait,
that's dramatic. You have to like have a conversation with your best friend about like why she's draining you, but also like look inward and be like, is this person's like when someone's actions are impacting you, it pretty much always has to do with you. So like what is triggering you that this person is pissing you off, I
mean, I've had people who were like, I don't know about draining me, but people that I guess just I didn't align with anymore. But maybe that's different.
I think maybe that's a little different, but yeah.
And then
talk about it, yeah.
And then I distance myself slowly. You're also not just like, well, this says distancing, not cutting off.
Oh, okay.
You know?
But like,
But
then when you distance yourself, they usually like ask what's going on, and then it leads to a bigger conversation, I would presume.
they do. Yeah. I think it's tough, but I guess it's like, what is your friend like draining you about? Mm-hmm. And also, if this is a relationship that you like really do care to have this person in your life, then like talk to them about it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you believe in the one or just good timing? Just good timing.
These are both like weird. The one or good timing. I think
I believe in soulmates. Mm-hmm. I believe you can have more than one. Mm-hmm. I do believe there's also good timing. Like, I think that there's some people that I see who could be in relationships and the timing never worked. But then maybe it wasn't the one. Well, I'm not going to just air everyone out.
Okay.
But like, good timing, and it wasn't the time. So then, is that the person the one?
No.
You don't think that's the one then?
No, because
What about the one
like,
that got away?
that doesn't exist in
The
my life.
one
So.
that got away. Really? I say that all the time. I'm like, that was your one that got away.
I just think that like, again, like nothing that's meant for you will pass you by. So like, how is that possible?
Oh, here I am just like contradicting myself.
There's no such thing as good timing or the one. Like you find your person when you find your person. That's the perfect timing for you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, cool. How do I stop overthinking after every text I send a guy?
You have the power.
Like, why are you overthinking so much? Like, what are you worried about? That he's not going to answer you? That he's going to think you're weird?
Then
like,
he's not
that-
the one.
Right.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
next.
he's an asshole. Like, bye. Can you stay friends with an ex, really? We've covered this topic, but it was a while ago. And the answer is no.
The answer's no.
You can't. What are green flags no one talks about?
I have a good one.
Okay.
You, me, and Lou, hope she doesn't care if I say this, we're all at dinner. And we
Yes.
were all talking about, like, we're all in very healthy relationships. Gio's a wife. Lou is a fiance. I'm a steady girlfriend. And we all, like, have such amazing partners.
Yeah.
And, like, really, I think, have deep loves for our partners. And it's not like some people on Instagram where it's like, I'm head over heels for my boyfriend and this and that, which I am. He's listening to me right now. But it's just, even Melissa Wood has talked about this with her relationship with Noah Tepperberg. It's not like you like met and it's like this toxic, overwhelming like obsession and
Yeah.
love. It's like literally the way me, Gio, and our friend Lou talked. We all said this, and like I'm the one who was like, wait,
I was like, where are you
this is
going
so
with this?
true.
I think I remember.
It's like we all just really got a good vibe from our husbands, fiancés, and
from
boyfriends,
these guys.
And then it like ended up turning into these beautiful relationships, but it wasn't like, oh my God, like I can't live without this person if
Like,
I never see
love
them again.
bombing or this crazy passion and
Yeah, it just like was like, I like that person's energy. Like I want to hang out with them more. And then like, yeah, now we're all like in love, whatever. So what was the question? Oh, that's
What
the
are
green
green
flag.
flags?
I think
That-
a green flag is like
that you just vibe with the person, you get a good feel for them like as a person, that you're not like, oh my God, he's so hot, I want to get with him right now.
Yeah.
But you're like, wow, that guy's like so interesting, like he has a good vibe.
Yeah.
And then you keep talking, and then like, I mean, I know in all of our cases, like we started all becoming friends and like ending up like hanging out every day to the point where we started dating.
Yeah.
But the initial green flag is like, oh, he's like a cool person, like let me get to know him. And then you want to be like, you want to be friends with the person. You're not like, let me like just
and you're like attracted to their energy.
yes. That's a good green flag.
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
don't really know what other green flags
Yeah,
are.
it's kind of
Open the door for you, pay for you. No, that no one talks about. That was one that no one talks about.
What pays for you?
No, the question was, what are green flags no one talks about?
Yeah, the one we just said,
So
I
yours
think.
is good. Mine,
Yeah.
mine, obviously, everyone talks about.
Yeah.
How do I get back on track after a bad week?
We're gonna have a good episode about
Wellness-wise.
this week.
Yes, we are.
But you know, me and my friends always say like it really always takes like if you're talking like a weekend, I guess, for example, like it really just takes like 2 days to feel good again after like a long weekend. Maybe you're traveling, eating, not normally, not working out, whatever. Like as long as you're in your routine for like literally 2 days, you'll feel good again. So don't overthink it. Like as soon as you can, get back into your routine. And I mean, is that what it's saying? Like,
It's how do you get back on track? Yeah.
yeah, after a bad week, like literally just get back into your routine.
Just start doing your routine again.
Your routine like as soon as possible, and you'll feel it after honestly one day. So, and then you'll feel so good that you'll want to keep doing it again.
I've seen a lot of these reels, which is really funny, of these people like holding like a laundry basket full of clothes, and they're like, oh, I dropped a sock. And it's like, that's like you eating bad over the weekend. And then it's like, oh, I dropped a sock. Then they pour the whole laundry basket with all the clothes out. Because it's like, just because you dropped one sock doesn't mean that all the laundry gets out of the thing. And then it's like, it's like you're pouring yourself water in a cup and like you spilled a little bit. And it's like, oh, I spilled a little bit. Then they pour the entire bottle like out of the cup.
I really like that.
It's not that like you spilled a little bit out or you dropped one thing. It's one little bad moment. That doesn't mean you're just going to pour all of your work and like, efforts out the window.
Don't get a case of the fuckets, you know?
No, not about this and not about your routine. Like, just get back on track. It's okay. It was one thing. Pick it up. Keep going.
Yeah. Totally.
Is therapy worth it even if nothing's wrong? Yes, I think so.
100%, because
I can't stand when people say there's something wrong right now.
I can't stand it either.
I'm sure you
They're
can
like,
take something up.
Oh, really? You're fine? You don't really sound fine. Anyway.
Wait, what? Like you can't be better?
No, and 100% that. And like when nothing's wrong, like, yeah, that's the point of therapy, that like then things start going wrong less and less because you have better coping mechanisms and you actually know how to like face your problems.
And also just because, like, I'm sure you're not, like, are you telling me, is it even worth, like, are you at your peak? Are you making the most amount of money? Are you feeling your healthiest? Are you feeling your best? Your best? Do you have incredible relationships with every single person in your family? Are you good relationships with your parents, your siblings, your cousins, your friends? Like, are you telling me that you are 100% in every single fucking section of your life? Probably not. Mm-hmm. And probably because there's something that you gotta work on in there and 100%. That you can get better on or learn from that. So I think it's worth it. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you might not even know it, but it's something that's like holding you back. And once you start to unpack it with your therapist, you can be like, wow, I didn't know that I was limiting myself in my work because of something that I felt from a relationship. Mm-hmm. But I took that limiting belief with me everywhere. And that's why I'm not exceeding in this section of my life. You just never know. And you probably don't make those connections because you think things wrong. Yeah. What's one habit that changed your life?
Waking up as soon as my alarm goes off. Militant, get out of bed.
Can't relate.
Even like I was doing this before. Mel Robbins is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By the way,
I say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know Riley doesn't do it either.
What's one habit that changed my life? Honestly, it's the first thing that came to mind. But like working out, it's a habit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
makes you feel good. What supplements are actually worth taking?
I don't
like whatever you need to take. I'm taking supplements like vitamins.
Yeah, because of like Function Health, right? Like she got tested. She knows exactly what she needs. Like, don't just start fucking taking supplements.
Honestly, I think that's like the stupidest thing ever because like you go on these websites and like the marketing is great and you're like, oh, this for like brain health and like boost your energy and like memory. And I'm like, great, but what the fuck do you actually need?
Yeah.
And also, what if like you're getting like, oh, I want to take vitamin B for have boost mood. What if like you have too much vitamin B? Like, what if you don't need that much vitamin B and then you're lacking other ones? So I think like the best way to supplement is just do a test, honestly, if you want to be taking them, and then look at what your body actually needs. And if not, just take a multivitamin. Like don't overcomplicate things. Like let's not be putting
just eat food. Like eat good whole foods.
Absolutely.
That's the best thing you can do.
No need to be like taking pills for supplements that like are not necessary.
Yeah.
How do I get into fitness when I feel intimidated?
Honestly, I was talking to my brother about this. He's starting his fitness journey.
Love it.
And he was kind of like exhausting himself because it's like somebody who doesn't work out for like literally probably since high school. No, like not to put him on blast, but that's a long time. And like almost 10 years, no, more than that, whatever, a long time. Like let's say around 10 years to then like start working out every day, doing hard workouts. Like you're not gonna be able to do that. And so I told him like literally focus on working out once a week. That's all you have to focus on. Then maybe focus on like walking after every meal every day, like 3 walks a day for like maybe 15 minutes. I would say do that.
Perfect. I want to move out, but I'm scared of the responsibility. Help.
You're a loser. Move out.
If you want to, like, what are you scared of? Responsibility, like, welcome to adulthood. Bye.
Yeah, like you have to learn. Like honestly, people who are like 25 should really be living on their own and like figuring out how to like pay their own rent and like make money, and like they should just like people who are like, oh, I'm living at home to like save money. Like no, like go save money and also go pay for your own things.
there's just like a whole other level of like adulthood when you actually start to pay for your own shit, you know? And it actually makes you feel better that you can take care of yourself, you know? Like, scared of the responsibility, like, why? You're gonna have to be responsible at some point. Like, better start now than later. Well, you want to be 30 and finally getting responsibility?
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have to do it. So, like, just do it.
And you'll just learn a lot along the way.
And you're learning to live alone. I don't know if you've lived alone or not, but if you want to, it's just like, it's a huge experience to be on your own. Do you think you could really have it all, or is that a scam?
You can have everything you want, but not all at once.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you can have it all. It's definitely not a scam. Maybe not all at once.
Not all at once.
But it's not a scam. Guys, that was our Q&A. Lots of questions, lots of different topics.
And that's the tea.
Let us know if you have anyone that you want us to interview or topics that you want us to talk about. It would really help to have some feedback. Thank you so much for listening and taking your time to listen to another episode of the Pink Print Podcast.
We have lots of fun, exciting guests coming up. We hope you guys like the solos, because
lots of girlies coming on.
Lots of girlies, swirlies. Please share this podcast with anyone you think aligns with it. We would, again, love to hear your feedback. What would you guys want to hear? And we're here for you. So let us know. We love you. We thank you for your support, and have an amazing, amazing week.
Bye.
Ciao, bye.